The national government continues to give record amount of funding to lower levels of government. This stem of government, under the domain of Prime Minister Peter O'Neill and his deputy Charles Abel, the concept will continue. Under the second Alutaw Accord 100 days plan, the government wants to give it some more focus, impetus and proactivity, and not just a plan. The government wants to see the plan as a series of rolling 100 days plan. Deputy Prime Minister Charles Abel says the 25 points enshrined under the plan does not cover all issues faced in the country. He says it's an attempt to bring focus to some critical elements the government needs to address immediately. Hence, these are issues both short and long term. The Deputy Prime Minister and Treasurer expressed this at the opening of the Treasury Conference at Lamana Hotel today. In attendance were all provincial governors. The 100 days plan is into its 26th day since its endorsement by Cabinet. Mr. Abel says when you have a plan, you need to construct the plan, and that is what the government is trying to do in the 2017 supplementary budget. Before each and every budget, it is Mr. Abel's intention to interact with party leaders and provincial governors on both sides of the House. The conference gives an opportunity for governors to know what is expected from them and how to prioritize funding for effective service delivery.
And I hope it's the beginning of a dialogue process that happens between central agencies of government and you as leaders of our provinces. We want to make sure that there's an open door policy and a dialogue that we keep you fully informed of what is happening. Whether you're from the opposition or whether you're from the ranks of government, your voices are very important. And I'm not here just to talk to you, speak at you. We are here to listen to you and seek your input as we work together to develop Papua New Guinea. So I just wanted to come and to interact with our governors around the supplementary budget, the 100-day plan.
Placing strong emphasis on sub-national empowerment is a priority for the government. It simply means work, empowerment, resources and capacitating the lower levels of government. Meantime, PNG is experiencing a slowdown in economic growth in combination with different factors. Obviously, it means there will be a little bit of tough times in the future. PNG is blessed in thousands of ways, and the mineral and petroleum sector is only one aspect. Mr. Abel says we need to take advantage of these opportunities. He says we need better tax system that delivers revenue to the government and provide opportunities and empowerment to our people. And we need to look at some of the structural reforms around sectors that have been neglected over the years.
And we need to look at some of the structural reforms around sectors like food, energy, and telecommunications that I think for too long have been neglected. And for too long, we have relied too heavily on the mineral and petroleum sector. Too long we've relied on one-off big resource projects like that. And we don't give the due attention to sectors like tourism and agriculture and some of the other sectors that are the basis of a long-term sustainable economy.
Meanwhile, this is the latest from the Treasury Conference as of late this afternoon from our reporter, Miki Kavera.
The meeting was to engage with provincial leaders to find ways to progress the country. Past experiences have shown that provincial leaders were left out of the dialogue process, resulting in misunderstanding on various issues. The government is now taking proactive steps to resolve this. Isipik Governor Alan Baird and Northern Governor Gary Jufa were pleased with the initiative taken by the acting Prime Minister Charles Abel.
Because things haven't worked well in the past in terms of the relationship between the national government and the provincial governments, that doesn't mean that the system is no good. I think nowadays with much better educated governors, and I'd say the same for generally members of parliament, you have a great opportunity to agree on how to make things work.
In terms of the concerns that we have and how we can work together to find solutions for a lot of the problems that we as a nation are facing.
Both leaders want to see a more diversified economic sector and effective public service machinery that can help develop their local economy. Mr. Bird is keen on the agriculture sector as a development tool.
Because if you want to diversify the economy, the question is, where do you start? For me, it's always been agriculture. If you want to improve educational indicators, support agriculture. If you want to improve healthcare, support agriculture.
While Northern Governor Gary Jufa spoke of the reforms to be undertaken in his province to bring about change, he also wants to see several functions of the government decentralized to the provincial level.
Our interest in our province is to look at how we can ensure that with the cuts being made to DSIP and PSIP, at least we still get the government grants that we're entitled to, that they reach the provinces on time. We are looking at restructuring our administration, the public service machinery. How do we rebuild that organization so that it can be an effective machinery for delivering the development agendas that we have?